Mila found the map on a Tuesday, which felt unfair because Tuesdays were supposed to be normal. She was helping clean out the school's lost and found box in the library, a job she had volunteered for mostly because the librarian promised her a bookmark shaped like a shark. The box was full of boring things. 1 mitten. 3 pencils with no erasers. A lunchbox that smelled like pickles even though it was empty. Then Mila found the map. It was folded neatly and tied with a thin red string. The paper was old but warm, like it had been waiting. In the corner, written in messy handwriting, were 6 words. Do not open this at school. Mila stared at the message. Then she did what most curious people would do. She opened it. The paper shivered slightly as it unfolded, like it was stretching after a long nap. The map showed twisting paths, tiny trees, and a lake drawn with wavy lines. As Mila watched, the ink slowly moved, rearranging itself. A dotted path appeared. At the end of the path was a place labeled Hushing Hill. Mila frowned. She had lived in this town her whole life. There was no Hushing Hill. She folded the map quickly as footsteps approached. Kids poured into the library as the bell rang, and Mila slipped the map into her backpack, her heart beating faster than usual. At home later that day, Mila spread the map across her bed. The room was quiet, except for the hum of the fan. The ink shifted again. New words appeared, written as if by an invisible hand. Bring 1 snack. Bring 1 string. Bring 1 brave heart. Mila raised an eyebrow. That's specific. She packed a granola bar and some string from her craft drawer. Then she paused, pressing her hand lightly against her chest. Okay, she whispered. Brave heart, please show up. Mila slipped out the back door and followed the map past familiar streets, the park and the soccer fields. Eventually, the path led her toward the woods. The trees looked ordinary, but the air felt different once she stepped inside. Quieter, like everything was listening. After a short climb, Mila reached the top of a mossy hill. A wooden sign hung between 2 trees. Hushing Hill. Her stomach flipped. At the center of a small clearing stood a circle of stones. In the middle sat a wooden box with a brass latch. The map flickered in her hand. If you open it, you must finish the quest. Mila hesitated. Then she reached forward and opened the box. Inside was a smooth grey stone, warm to the touch, with tiny cracks running through it like lightning. The moment her fingers closed around it, the air shifted. Find her, a voice said softly. At last. Mila jumped. A raccoon stepped out from behind one of the stones. Not a normal raccoon. This one stood upright and wore a tiny satchel and a leaf tucked behind its ear. "I am Captain Crumb," the raccoon said proudly, "keeper of lost things." Mila started. "You talk." "Only when necessary," Captain Crumb replied. He explained that the stone was called the Hushstone. It kept strange and wonderful things hidden from the human world, but it was cracking. "If it breaks," Captain Crumb said, "everything spills." Mila imagined chaos pouring into her town and tightened her grip on the stone. The map changed again. The Lake of Loud Thoughts. The lake whispered with voices when they arrive. Not other people's voices. Mila's own. What if you mess up? What if you quit? What if you are not enough? Mila wanted to turn back, but she took a deep breath. "I'm scared," she said out loud. "But I'm still going." The whispers softened. Mila dipped her finger into the water and lifted one quiet drop. When it touched the stone, one crack faded. Next came the bridge of second tries. The bridge wobbled and embarrassed her, forcing her to stumble again and again. Instead of quitting, Mila laughed. "I'm allowed to try again," she said. Another crack disappeared. For the final test, the map led them back to the hill. "Speak the truth," Captain Crumb said. Mila stood in the center of the stone circle. "I was curious," she said. "I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. But I didn't quit." The stone warmed in her hands. The final crack vanished. The wood sighed, calm again. Captain Crumb bowed. Quest complete. Mila walked home as the sun set. The world looked exactly the same. But she smiled because she knew she wasn't. Some adventures change places. Some adventures change you.